Integrity, doing the right thing when no one is around.
What I need you to do is put me in a pit line.
Okay.
The Last JoeCon, June 21st to the 24th, 2018 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tony, Nick, and myself traveled from Pennsylvania all the way to Tennessee, a 12-hour drive. It was a little brutal to hang out at the Marriott for JoeCon. First thing we did was we went and found Dave and Henry, who were doing room-to-room sales.
He's carrying a football?
And checked out some of the stuff that Henry brought along.
He won't be able to sleep tonight if I don't pay him.
And picked up a few things for our friend, Mike Bro. Then we had to get in line.
Hey! How you doing, man?
To get our registration
All right, we
packet.
got the JoeCon. We're standing in a line that's about 4 city blocks long, waiting to get our exclusives.
Nick, Tony, and I all had different time slots. The time slots didn't really affect it a whole lot because the lines were just long no matter when you got in. Nick did get finished first, but I got to watch him stand in line for a while.
Coming up on 2 hours in line. Woo! All right, after standing in line in the pre-line for about an hour, I was in the actual line for an hour and 45 minutes to pick up my con exclusives. Nick's done. Tony's still in line because we all got different time slots, and none of us have gotten to go to the con store yet. That looks like another 2-hour line, so it's going to be a lot of waiting around for G.I. Joe.
Nick noticed they misspelled Slaughter on the Slaughter's Marauders hat.
All right, so we just dropped our stuff off at the room. We got to go back and meet Tony. He's still in line, and then we're getting in line for the con store. Are you ready for this, Nick?
Have to be.
Well, the things we do for G.I. Joe.
Right?
If only this elevator would get here.
It's horrible.
Still in line number 2, but look at those coveted seats up there. That's part of the line. We're the chumps in the back still. Yeah, now we got chairs.
Yeah.
This is the way to sit in a line.
Oh, those are still
Bad Nick. Bad Nick. Stop peeking in there, Nick. The con store was inside the vendor room. We made it, Dave. We made it. All right, it's Friday. We're at JoeCon. We've got breakfast, and we just figured out where the parachute drop's going to be. So we're walking around and killing some time, trying to meet some people. Talk to you guys later. So we went to the Pear Drop. It was quite interesting. They threw a whole bunch of parachuting G.I. Joe figures off of the parking garage, and then they let people go in and grab them. The kids were supposed to go first. There was lots of crying kids and crying nerds and unhappy people that somebody got 2 or somebody didn't get 1. But it was pretty cool to get to see it in person.
Integrity, doing the right thing when no one is around.
All right. So what's the first rule down there? Don't run. The kids will go first, but before we throw anything else, or even start or throw anything, we have a special guest. First Rowan is going to throw off. Now he needs this one back. Okay. This parachute figure first debuted in 1998 at the San Antonio Hyatt in an Atrium Hotel when we didn't have a parachute drop. When it was all illegal. All right, so.
Yeah. Break doesn't come down. This is a returner. There he is.
1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Ready to go? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Put your phone away, Aaron.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch up.
got out of the 1995 and Beyond panel where they talked about all the new toys they were going to try and make that would kind of compete with Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and all that stuff. It was pretty cool. Manimals and Replicators and a bunch of other toy lines that you can find information out about on yojo.com. But it was cool hearing the backstory from Kurt and the other guys that worked on the line.
So the premise of this topic, came about. James and I were trying to figure out a panel that would be fun for people who've been here years and years, and also people who maybe this is your first JoeCon. And being the last con, we wanted to pick a topic that would be interesting enough to really cover, and we thought who else would be good to talk about it other than the gentlemen who were on the brand at that time. So, so we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to let them talk more about what was to come. We have a lot of imagery.
The line was going to break into even more subgroups to try and combat Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and other popular toy lines at the time. Now, these guys are going to be some of the Star Brigade figures. And here's Battle Corps Rangers. These are some vehicles for Battle Rangers. That battle station and Seawolf would have been so cool. Here's a Rolling Thunder that was modified in a new vehicle. It's a shame we didn't get these toys in '95. They would have been great. Ninja Commandos, I'm not as wild about these guys. One of these figures did get released as a Mortal Kombat figure eventually, but this was a continuation of Ninja Force. One of the new features for Star Brigade was going to be mechanical walking figures with a wind-up feature. Kurt Bazigian was really interested in the toys being able to do something. This was a Star Brigade Cobra spaceship. These were some action backpacks and other vehicles that would do something, since that was the direction of the line, which we saw at the end, spring-loaded missile launchers and whatnot. Manimals were going to be these alien monsters that the G.I. Joes were going to fight, similar to the Mega Marines that we got, just kind of continuing that monster battle trend. Holy smokes, guys, I'm in the vendor area today. This is the first time it's been open. It's only a 3-hour period today for the full con attendees. It'll be open again all day tomorrow and Sunday, but then the day pass people that only come for one day will be able to come in. And it is so busy. It's crazy how much stuff is here, and it's almost like sensory overload. There's so much stuff to look at. There's so many people. It's insane.
break from the showroom floor. Nick's still in looking at stuff. He's buying G.I. Joe vehicle boxes and all kinds of crazy stuff. But Tony and I were getting kind of tired, so we're chilling out here in the lobby. All right, it's Saturday. Integrity! All right, it's Saturday morning, but last night I got to hang out with Hooded Cobra Commander 788 and the guys from G.I. Joeburg. They're here from South Africa for the Last JoeCon. It was a lot of fun getting to meet those YouTubers. And my friends and I went out to dinner, and partway through the night, my friend Nick went out to the parking garage for some shifty deals, but he got foreign weapon packs. How crazy is that? Check it out. So this one's my favorite one because it's got the 87 characters on the package, but the 86 weapons inside.
What I need you to do is put me in a pit rock.
Okay.
The Finest is a group of G.I. Joe cosplayers. They were around all weekend. I did take some stills of some of the additional costumes, but these were the guys that just happened to be there. The best cosplayer, though, was Beachhead. Here we are on the show floor on Saturday. This place is very busy. Here are some of the custom creations. This is a really cool contest they run every year. Some mask things. This is a scene from the cartoon where the Joes have to hide, they go undercover. Hardtop working on the Crusader, getting ready for a launch. This is pretty neat. This is a 1987 movie-themed Cobra diorama. And here's the Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice. Got the Tomahawk dropping off some troops on the roof of a Cobra building. Dino Hunters! This is the modern version. And this is an amazing display that recreates the cover of G.I. Joe #1. Check this out. Look at how much depth there really is to this display. We just got out of a panel hosted by Kurt Bazigian talking about the 1990 G.I. Joe live-action commercials that he helped shoot. It was incredible. They had behind-the-scenes footage that's never been seen before of how they made the commercials, as well as new, updated copies of the commercials that aren't, old copies of VHS tapes. So it was really awesome to get to see all that.
A micro movie, day one, the Ice Cave set. This is a portion of Paralyzer, which will be used in the fight sequence later on.
Give me the plasma touch and Cobra will rule the world! That's all! Perfect! This is gonna be a real blast! Feels right. Action! This is gonna be a real blast!
Friday night was the attendees' dinner, followed by casino night. We played bingo for a while, trying to win some G.I. Joe prizes. No luck, though, unfortunately. It was packed, though, and they had some pretty great prizes. A lot of former con exclusives were the prizes. I was so close this time. G49! You could buy a mug that contained 20 additional cards. All that money went to charity for children's hospitals.
All right, I-29, I-29.
No luck. Sunday morning, we're going to get breakfast at the City Cafe Diner. We've been there for dinner twice while we've been at the con. It's pretty good, and it's a real short walk from the convention hotel. One of the coolest things on the con floor was the G.I. Joe Declassified booth. These collectors have gathered together 2-ups
and prototypes and all kinds of other things used in creating G.I. Joes, some that we got and some that we never got. They weren't allowing people to photograph their booth, but somebody else had a few of these 2-ups and let me take some pictures of them. They used these in the process of making the original action figures. Ninja Force Scarlet cosplay. That's a sealed aircraft carrier. This is us taking out some of the stuff to the car. A lot of these vehicle boxes belong to Nick. You go through the hotel, out to the parking garage, and this is us leaving JoeCon. We left before the con was over, but we had a long drive ahead of us, so we got started a little bit early. We even streamed the Last JoeCon panel in the car so we could see what surprises the club has for us. We drove, we sat in traffic, we drove some more, and eventually we got back to Pennsylvania. 1:40 in the morning, I just got home from JoeCon. I had an awesome time. Tony and Nick and I drove down together, 12 hours down, hung out for the 3 days, got to meet a lot of cool people, got to buy a lot of cool G.I. Joe stuff. Then we drove back today. It took longer this time, and we were supposed to make a pit stop to drop off some stuff that our friend Dave picked up, but his flight got delayed, and just kind of the way it all worked out, it was going to make us even later, so we just kind of scrapped it, and we said, Dave, Nick and Dave are going to work something out to meet up to swap Dave's stuff later. And I just got home. I'm really tired. And I'm excited to edit this vlog together and see how it all turns out. I had such a good time at the show. It was awesome getting to meet G.I. Joe Berg and Hooded Cobra Commander 788 and a bunch of other people. I got to see some old friends that I see at different shows, Chris Sheets and some of these other guys. So it was a really good time. It's sad that it's the last one, I guess. I'm sure there'll be other shows. I mean, if you watch this channel, you know I go to a lot of their shows in the area. I did miss Too Many Games, which is a local show, a video game show, that I always go to and help out at. So I did miss those friends this year for the Last JoeCon, but I think it was worth it in the end. And, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous tour review. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out our other videos.